while we're getting started, there's 3 handouts everybody should get. One is 2 pages with a light stand, homemade light stand, PVC pipe, and there's one with a planting schedule that's for Fall River. If you're not from right close to Fall River, it's probably close enough, unless you're from Maine or something. And there's a half sheet about when to plant, following the signs of nature. When to put in things like that. So you should have one of each of those 3 handouts. And then when we get to the planting, we'll have a 6-pack, as we promised. Everybody will get to do a 6-pack. And I hope I have enough soil for the 6-packs and plant a 6-pack after we talk about doing that. Okay, well, I guess we should get started so we can get through a lot of stuff. Thank you for coming to see the sustainability workshops. These are on most Wednesdays or every other Wednesday, depending on the schedule of the month. There's a schedule of future workshops down at the end of the table there. It kind of looks like somebody's laundry hanging out on a poster. And every shirt has an event starting with today's event, so through spring through May. There are other workshops. I'll just mention now that the next workshop is in a couple of weeks, and it's about divestment. It's a little bit different type of workshop. It's about how to invest your money and not support the fossil fuel industry and still have good investments without making money from companies that business plan is to trash the planet. And that's what divestment is about. And we're having a couple, 1 or 2 speakers.
We're going to have at least one. Melissa Lee from Better Future Project, or what's also known as 350 Mass. She's been working with Harvard, MIT, and BC to divest there, to work on student-led campaigns. We can also answer questions about the statewide divestment initiative, too.
There's an initiative nationwide to get institutions, schools, and BCC has a sustainability pledge and has a commitment to sustainability. And so this is offering one thing that's important, that we think we shouldn't be making money, making profits off of companies that are destroying our planet. But we should be investing money and making money. So that's how do you do that? I had no idea that you this well, that's good. I mean, that means people I'm on the faculty here. For those of you who don't know me, I teach the plant science course and I teach the sustainable agriculture courses. And I also teach episodically the Master Gardener, some of the Master Gardener courses during a couple of years. But everybody here, I assume, comes with some background. So I hope you all bring something to the table. You bring knowledge, experience, questions that you will contribute. And so I want this to be open, that if you see something you think is different, or you have a question or a doubt or a different idea, please contribute, because everybody here has got their own wealth of experience to add to the show. And so we want to make sure we don't miss anything. We've got a lot to cover in a limited period of time. So I'll try to move right through it so we can get a quick just touch on various things, and then we'll get everybody to do a 6-pack according to proper technique and get things started so you leave that way. One thing I wanted to mention is, why start seeds early in the first place? Why not just wait and plant them in the ground? Well, if you're planting something like tomatoes or peppers, you know that that's a great idea if you live in Florida. But we're not quite there yet. Climate change may change things, but we need to extend our season. We need to make the season longer than it really is. And one way to do that is to plant things indoors, and you can get a month or 2 months jump start on the season. That's really why most people plant early for certain things. But other things, it's also better if you plant things in this or in something like this, because then you've got plants ready to go. And when you put those out in the garden, they're a little bit tougher. They're a little bit more mature, and you know how many you've got going. So if you plant out one of these packs, you know you've got that many plants in a row, and so you don't end up with empty spots or crowded spots, because you can put them in a little more designed approach. So there's that advantage as well. You don't have to thin. You don't have as many pests and diseases if you've got stronger plants that are already growing to some extent and ready to go in the ground. Everybody gets a jump start and a little bit of a head start. But mostly it's to extend the season. Okay, so we want to get started early. And probably, how many people here have started seeds at home on their own before? Some kind of garden plant, flowers, vegetables, anything. Yeah, quite a few people have. And if you haven't, you probably know somebody who has. Everybody can probably understand, if you're going to do that, unless you're doing hydroponics, you need soil to start the seeds, to get them going. And so you go out to the store and you buy a bag of dirt. Don't use dirt from your garden. Don't use soil from your garden to do this. It might be very good soil for your garden, but you don't want to use that for seeds. You want to give your seeds every possible advantage you can. You don't put a newborn baby into the same environment that you put an adult. They're not really ready for that yet. And so you want to give them every advantage. The soil that you buy in bags in the store is highly variable. And to put it bluntly, a lot of the companies that sell soil in bags sell garbage, because people don't know what's the difference, and they think, it says right on the bag, potting soil, therefore it must be potting soil. It's garbage if it says potting soil. Believe me, if it says potting soil, it's garbage. Don't buy any bag that says potting soil. Now, if you see a bag that says starter mix or starting soil, then you've got a chance you might be getting something good. This is the stuff I use. It's what this is. It's obviously a bigger bag than many people would probably need to buy, but this is the idea. It's Pro Mix. It comes with mycorrhiza fungals inoculated, so it's a healthy mix. But it's essentially sphagnum moss, not peat moss, sphagnum moss, vermiculite and perlite. Sometimes it'll have coconut coir in it. They have different mixes, but don't be cheap when you're buying your soil. Don't go to Job Lot and buy their starter mix. And probably if this gets in the papers, I'll have a lawsuit or something. Don't buy it at Home Depot, Walmart, or Lowe's. The big box stores sell garbage. Their whole goal is to have a price point. And you can have a price point if you have it low enough quality and you don't care about what's in it. So that's not to say that everything they sell is bad, not at all. But in this realm, they cannot have the good stuff. You get this at garden stores, you get it at nurseries, you can buy it online. There's 1,000 places around here that sell good starter mix. It looks like this. It's clean, it's uniform, it's fine and small, small particles for the organisms to grow and for the plant to get a good start. Vermont Compost, Green Mountain Compost sell good stuff. Pro Mix, there's lots of it. There's lots of good starter mix. Starter mix, not potting soil. Potting soil will have clay and sand and dirt of various unknown things. I've even bought some cheap ones that I got at these Job Lot ones. It had little blue things in it. So there's not supposed to be blue things in soil. That's not normal. It was probably some styrofoam or something that they shredded up and used as filler. And industrial waste get put into potting soil as well. So don't cheat yourself on your soil, because then you're going to have a problem for the rest of the year. That's enough on the soil. And I put them in bins. These great, this is Home Depot bin. So I would recommend if you want to get a bin, get it at Home Depot. It's $6. And you can mix and make and not make a mess with something like this very easily. I think it's meant for making small batches of cement or something. It works great. We use them here all the time. A 2-page form with PVC do-it-yourself light stand. If you look in the seed catalogs, you will find light stands. Johnny's has them, and Gardner Supply has them, and everybody has them. Some are cheap, some are very expensive. None of them are inexpensive. They're all, even I saw at Job Lot, they've got a little one with one light, which is kind of useless, 4 feet long, I believe, $50. Well, that's kind of expensive for just holding up one tube of fluorescent light, you know, like these type. And so I found these, and I've used this. I have that same light stand I use, and I know a number of people have done it. There's a list there. You go to Lowe's, Home Depot, buy PVC pipe. You need 4 10-foot pieces. It's very cheap, and you can even cut it in the store on their cutter. So you get it all cut there's a list of sizes that you need. You just cut it right there, and you walk out with a bag of all these pieces, a couple of elbows, a couple of keys. You go home and you stick it together. You don't need glue, you don't need anything, you just stick it together. And they're tight.